Welcome to the Journeyman Cave, a podcast where we meet and chat with some of boxing's most seasoned road warriors, hosted by Mark Shakespeare and Chris Scarfe.
Welcome back to the Journeyman Cave, everybody. Join us for round 28, and happy birthday, Mr. Mark Shakespeare. Or is it happy anniversary?
Happy anniversary, I think, innit, mate?
I think 1 year's paper in it. Have you got me a nice card?
No, mate. I'm sorry, I apologise for that, mate.
I wasn't expecting much from you anyway. Yes, we've been doing this. Well, technically, actually, as this is released, it's tomorrow, his birthday. It's been a year. It's near enough a year, innit, since his first episode with Peter Dunn. We've come quite... I think we've learned a bit, don't you think?
Oh, yeah, we've definitely come on leaps and bounds, mate. I mean, to be where we are now from a year ago, we're learning on the job, and we'll still call amateurs, won't we? To be honest.
I mean, I'd still call us amateurs, but yeah, we know a little bit more than we did when we first kicked things off. So before we get on with this episode, obviously, 12 months later, I think we need to thank a few people, and obviously, main guys being Ryan and Jim, who've edited and produced majority of his podcasts and his episodes. Without them, it wouldn't happen. And I mean, I have been trying to learn on as we've been going along and pick bits up, but I'm still absolutely nowhere near good enough to take this on my own. But we'll keep trying. And also, huge thanks to Rhythm Inc. and Harry, for letting us come in almost when we want. It's our studio and it's our HQ. I've no idea where we'd record if we didn't have this place. So thank you, Harry, and we'll look forward to see you, week after week, month after month in future, hopefully.
Yeah, and like you said, mate, just like to say thank you to everybody as well, like you have done, and like to Harry as well. This wouldn't work without him either, would it?
No.
And I would just like to thank all the fighters as well, mate, for giving us the time.
Definitely, again, without them, there's no show.
But they've all loved doing it, haven't they, I think?
I hope so. I think, yeah. And I think a lot of them have enjoyed being able to get their stories across, and, they're not the ones that people tend to hear from. So we're giving them that platform, aren't we?
And that's what we're here, mate, to give them a voice.
Exactly. And I suppose let's not forget to thank the listeners.
Oh, obviously not, mate. They're the main people, aren't they?
That's it. Yeah, thank you, guys. Every listen means well to us, and it inspires us to keep going, I think. If we'd have got absolutely nobody listening to this, it would have carried on for a year, I'm sure. But honestly, I think I'd have been given up by now. But it seems to be growing slowly but surely. Yeah,
I mean, I just love doing it, mate, just like you do. Yeah. And every listen means world to us, like you just said there. And we're going to keep carrying on, and we're going to move into second year and hopefully get bigger and stronger. Yeah, exactly. We're always thinking of stuff, aren't we? And things we can do to improve, the Journeyman Cave. So, to celebrate our 1 year anniversary, who's the guest this week? Well, we've got an absolute belter, mate, haven't we? We have. We've got Mr. Delroy Spencer. Brilliant. 173 fights. I mean, I think to start with Peter a year ago and then to celebrate a year going with Delroy is a perfect one to start with, really. I think the pair of them are the epitome of journeymen and the kind of people we wanted to speak to doing this. I mean, if I'm not mistaken, I think this is actually Delroy's first interview since he's actually finished boxing. Is it? Yeah. So, and I think you're a bit nervous at start, but he grew into it, didn't he? I think so. I didn't spot too many nerves, but then again, we're not much better, are we? Well, I was definitely nervous because I was quite starstruck by it when I met Delroy. But to be quite honest, I want to know where he gets his moisturiser from me. Yes. Oh, when you told me his age, I thought you were having me on. And I'm not just saying that, guys. If you could see Delroy now, I think he looked older when he was fighting. I think he most certainly did. I mean, when we pulled up outside and we parked up, and I heard this guy shouting at me, I thought, some teenager here trying to cause trouble. And it turns out he was actually Delroy, who was 55 years old. You know what I mean? Respect. I know. Yeah, amazing, but such a nice kid. Got a good interview out of him, I thought. I mean,
you told me on way down, how hard was it for you to pick, the sort of fighters that you wanted to talk to him about? 173, and from what you were telling me, there's some names on that record.
Oh, yeah. I mean, I did even say to him when I rung him, the calibre of fighter that he's been in with is quality. And we've been like a flyweight as well. Like you mentioned in this interview, we just fight people more than once on a few occasions.
Yeah.
And with the weight he were at, I bet that phone never stopped ringing for him.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, he's been in some top quality operators, from world champions, British level, the lot. He's been in with them all. You name it, Delroy's been in with him.
Yeah, and we'll find that out in this episode. I have to say, though, I love it. Every time we go on the road, something happens. Not necessarily bad, just there's always an incident in there. And during this interview, in the sort of halfway point, we're in the house that we're recording in, and I can see the front window, and all of a sudden this cat jumps on windowsill, which is fine, you're like, oh look, cat. Followed by 4 young kids who all want to pet this cat, and obviously kids are very rarely quiet, are they, Sheik? So we had to pause the proceedings and usher them away down the street.
Yeah, but they were quite a bit starstruck, weren't we, when they were looking at us and looking through a window?
Looking through blinds and waving at me, and I'm like, oh, God. So, all fun and games, innit, mate? And we do want to clarify one thing that we couldn't in the episode. So, a certain fighter that Delroy faced in Barnsley, do you want to...
I want you to tell me, Scarfe, because I'm quite embarrassed I forgot his name.
Turns out it was... he won, did Delroy, at Barnsley Metrodome in 2011.
Yes.
And he beat Ross Blackwell.
He did. And we were talking about this on the interview, weren't we? And we could not... He couldn't confirm or deny, could he?
No.
And I knew he'd won at Metrodome, and I just went completely blank. So, there you go, Delroy. Scarfe's bailed me out. He saved the day, and that's who it was, mate.
It was. We couldn't even access his phones, could we? So it were, anyway.
That'd be cheating, though, wouldn't it, if we did that?
Yeah, very, very true. We like to go with the flow, shall we say?
Definitely like to go off the cuff, don't we?
But, right then, so 1 year in, and let's kick year 2 off with Delroy Spencer. I tend to come into these interviews cold. As such, Mark does his research, knows everybody. Okay. I'm the layman. So I'm going to ask you, did you have a nickname?
No.
No?
No, I didn't.
Nobody gave you one or anything like that?
No, it was Delroy Spencer.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
Did you ever want a nickname, Delroy? Did it ever bother you?
No, not really. I was just as I am. I think, if I had a nickname, I'd have to live up to it.
Yeah.
Say if I had Killer Spencer or something like that, you'd have to live up to it, wouldn't you? So no, I just went as I was, Delroy Spencer.
Did you have any special song to come down to out, mate, or did you just let them put whatever they wanted on? Whatever
they wanted on, yeah. It was. I love music anyway, so it's just hyper to me.
I knew you'd be a proper old school one, Delroy, when I got you on here.
Yeah.
And it's great to have you. I tell you what, mate. I thought there was a kid coming down the road to beat me up. And Delroy is here. How old are you?
55.
55? No. I thought a bloody teenager coming to attack me.
He don't look at it over 30, does he?
Does he, yeah. I said, I want that moisturiser before I go. And I think my lass would as well and all if she were here, mate. But anyway, you're looking really well. It's a pleasure to meet you, mate. And it's good to see you doing well. And I'm just looking at this record here, Delroy. When I did it, it's the best I've run. It's the best I've gone through at resume. Should be very proud of that. 173 fights, 14 wins, 156 losses, and 3 draws. That is some record, mate. How many years were you doing it for, do you think?
I think I was pro for 13 years.
Wow. And there's not a mark on you, is there? To be quite honest.
I'll move my head. Yeah.
Well, you see, I'm going to start off on your career, mate, here, because there's the two first fights I've got here. I've got Gwen Evans, lost on points, and Jamie Evans, won on points. Were they relations?
Yeah, they were twin brothers.
Twin brothers?
Yeah. I
thought when I saw it, this is like... when I saw it, I thought, there's going to be some kind of relation here. So
Evans is a common name, right? But
no, I had a feeling they were going to be related. And twin brothers. So... You lost against Gwen to start off. Was that your debut, mate, then, was it? It was your debut, I think.
Yeah, it was my debut. Yeah, that was in Peterborough.
Yes.
Yeah.
So we lost on points there.
Yeah, and 2 weeks later, I went down to I think it's Elephant and Castle.
Yes.
To fight Jamie Evans, and I can remember walking down ringside, man, and I climbed through the ropes and I saw this geezer, man. I thought, that's Quinn Evans. I boxed him 2 weeks ago. So I sent to my trainer and I said, like, yo, that's the guy I boxed 2 weeks ago. He says, nice, his twin brother. I said, oh, really? So, yeah, and off we went, and I done my thing. But respect due to Tony Marshall, because at the time, Tony Marshall, he was my trainer, and he got me fit, man. He got me really fit. And I think I'd done a 4-rounder, and I boxed his head off and I got the win.
Yeah, so a good little start to career, mate, that. And early on in career here, we had a bit of a trilogy, didn't we, with Ian Napper?
Yeah.
Yeah, what do you reckon to Ian then, mate?
Yeah, he was a good fighter, man. He was good. I boxed him on I think it was a 6-rounder down in Bethnal Green. I think it was on a Monday night. And I think I put him down with a jab straight right.
Did you?
Yeah, he walked onto it, I think it was. And anyway, he got back up and beat me. So, he was a good fighter.
All three were on points, weren't they, mate?
Yeah, all three of them, yeah.
Yeah, it's a good record, Tommy. I used to like Ian Napper. I used to like watching him. And I mentioned this before on another podcast, so it must have been to you, actually. When my missus used to love it because he used to come down with T-shirts, didn't he, saying, fuck Ian Napper.
Yeah, that's it, yeah.
That were his T-shirts.
Yeah, with his dark glasses.
With his dark glasses.
Yeah.
Did you ever speak to him at all, Delroy?
Yeah, now and again on Facebook, yeah.
Well, he's a nice gentleman. He seems like a nice guy.
Yeah, and he had a lot of support as well.
He did?
Yeah. And I always seem to box him on a Monday night. Down in York Hall. Yeah, it was always a Monday night.
Back when then, there used to be a lot of Monday night shows, like dinner shows, didn't they? And stuff?
Yeah, they did. Yeah,
you wouldn't get that now, I don't think, would you?
I'm not sure. I've been out of touch with the boxing for a while. So I don't know really what's going on. But I just watch what I see on TV. But I remember York Hall days. I used to love fighting down at York Hall.
Did you?
Yeah, I used to like it, man. It was a good crowd. It wasn't that big. The auditorium's not that big, but it used to have a good crowd.
They always say at York Hall, it's love or hate. We've had so many fighters say it's the best place I've ever boxed.
Yeah,
loved it, the atmosphere. And we've had other boxers saying, I absolutely hated boxing down there. I never liked it and all that stuff. So it's definitely an enigma, one or the other. But I think it's definitely the boxing in. The crowd are on top of you, aren't they?
Yeah, man. Yeah. And it's nice, you know what I mean? It's like, especially when it's packed as well, it's like the crowd's in the ring with you.
Yeah.
But, I mean, you know, if you're the home fighter and you box at York Hall, yeah, you can hear the crowd and it's good support. Yeah.
Well, shame you want your own corner, mate. We'd have come and supported you, buddy, if you want. We'd have bought
respect,
you
man.
We'd have
Nice
bought
one.
You a ticket. We'd have bought
nice one.
What we want, mate. Definitely would have done.
Before we get too deep into the record, I mean, how did you get into boxing? You start at a young age, or?
I started just before I left school. Right. I had a friend, Mark Fox, who used to box. I think he started at when he was 11 or something like that. And I started around with him at school, and then he asked me if I wanted to go to the gym. So I went to the gym, and we used to spar. And soon after, I found that I was all right on my feet, man. I could move and that, like it, you know. So, and then I started sparring more and more. And then I used my jab, and then I found I was good at using my jab and moving around. So that's then I got medicaled. And then I think 1984, 85, I started boxing amateur. I had my first fight. I won my first fight and I lost my second one. And then I kept on winning after that, like the next 4, 5, 6 fights. And then I was entered for the schoolboys, juniors, and then a few years after seniors. Yeah.
So how many fights do you have an amateur, mate? Do you stay amateur for a while?
Yeah, 10 years. I think I had 83 amateur fights.
Yes, no.
Blimey.
Which is not a lot considering there's some guys used to have like over 100, close to 200 fights. But I was on and off. I wasn't really dedicated as much as I should have been, really.
So what got you into pros then, mate? Who got you to turn pro? What, yourself, or did someone say to you?
Well, I was in the ABAs, 95, got to the finals, 95, 96.
That's a good achievement, that, you know, mate.
It is, yeah.
Massive achievement, that. Well done.
And but I didn't really. I was never a dedicated trainer like when I was an amateur, and so because of that, like I lost in the 2 finals, and then I thought, I'll go back to markets. I used to do markets, and then I saw a guy from Wednesbury called Adrian Aldry, and he was a pro, and he says, look, he says, Delroy. He says, why don't you want to turn pro? Like, you can turn pro. We'll never be millionaires and that, like, because I was 28, 29 by then. He says, but we might as well finish off our career in boxing. That's what he said to me. So I said, you know what, I'm going to do it. So I got in touch with the right people and off I went.
Yeah, so you didn't do it by half, mate, did you? 173. That is for sure, mate. But yeah, I always like to know who actually got you to turn pro or a journeyman, because sometimes, like I just said there, you've got to an ABA finals twice. You know what I mean? And people don't realise how good some journeymen are.
Yeah.
I always like to see how they got into professional rank, and you just explained it there.
Yeah.
Fully, mate, which is great. And then obviously going back to your record, I love this, a trilogy with Chris Edwards, God rest his soul. Great fighter, wasn't he?
Rest in peace.
And and what a win that one, mate. Do you remember about that fight when you beat him?
Yeah, it was a local show in West Bromwich, and they brought him down. I was fit then. Respect due to Tony again, Tony Marshall. He got me fit. I think it was the lightest I ever weighed. I was running twice a day. I think I boxed him at 7 stone 12 or something like that. Yeah, I was training extra. So I boxed him and I beat him then, and I think.
You got a draw as well with him, you know.
Yeah, that was it Leicester, I think?
I'm not totally sure about that, mate, but your goals, he must have hated seeing you, because you know what I mean?
My old dance partner.
Yeah, he must have been not Spencer again. You know what I mean? Because I think it was kryptonite, mate, wasn't you?
Yeah. He was a tough guy as well.
He was very tough. I used to enjoy watching him on Sky.
Yeah.
And he had a bit of support, didn't he, as well?
Yeah. People enjoyed us, the 2 of us fighting. We made a good match-up because the 2 of us was the same weight.
Yeah.
In my career, I gave a lot of weight away to people. A lot of weight, as much as a stone, just over a stone. But Chris Edwards' meaning we was always the same way, so it was always a good fight.
Yeah, so it's a good match, wasn't it, mate?
Yeah,
really?
Man, yeah.
Unfortunately, I don't think he'd want to see you for a fourth fight, would he, mate?
No, I don't think I would want to see him.
Yeah, but God rest his soul. I hope he's doing well, mate. And as I'm going down your record, Delroy, like I said earlier, it's absolutely amazing. I've had to skim through some fighters who would be first on the name sheet for some others that I've interviewed. So, but leaving Chris Edwards, I mean, we had 2 fights with Nicky Booth as well, didn't we?
Yeah, he's another one passed away. God bless him.
Yeah, and
Nicky Booth was a tough guy. He was tough, man. He was.
I can imagine. I mean, obviously he had his problems, didn't he?
Yeah.
And it was sad to see what happened to him. But was he just tough in himself, or was he just a good boxer? Because one of them were called Smooth, weren't they? And the other one were called Too Smooth, weren't they? The brothers.
Yeah.
Now, would you say were he a tough fighter, hard-wise, or was he just a good boxer, skilled?
Nicky. I think Nicky was the tougher of the 2. He loved a scrap. He loved a punch up. But Jason, I boxed Jason as amateur. Jason was more controlled.
Yeah.
You know, he could move around and he could box. He had more of a boxing brain.
Yeah.
Nicky had a boxing brain as well, but you could lull him into a tear up.
Yeah.
And he'd just be happy with that as well. You know, so.
Well,
yeah.
you got through that twice with him, mate.
Yeah, I did.
Respect to that, mate. I mean,
I think the second time he busted my face. I had 2 black eyes. My nose come out. Yeah, yeah. He can punch a bit as well. Yeah.
Yeah. So had a bit of an all-round game then, didn't he? Really.
Yeah.
But yeah, another one on. But then obviously after that, we had back-to-back wins, mate. We like to get the wins in, right? And we had a win against Colin Moffat on points. Can you remember anything about that fight?
Colin Moffat, yeah.
Were you surprised to get your hands raised, or was it an easy win?
For me, it was an all right win because I was fit.
Yeah,
I was fit as a fiddle, and I boxed him and I jumped around. He wasn't happy with the win. I can remember he walked out of the ring, didn't he? He didn't want to shake my hand and that way. But the thing is, I boxed him, you know, because I was fit.
Yeah.
But I know Colin Moffat, he was a puncher as well.
Yeah.
And so, yeah, that was a good win for me.
Yeah, I thought that there, mate. And then obviously back-to-back wins. You went on and bet Shane Malone, didn't you, and all? Shane Malone after, didn't you?
Yeah, Shane Malone. He was 5'11" and something.
Yeah.
Tallest geezer I've ever boxed in my life.
Wow.
And I don't know, I think I've done a 6'2" with him.
Yeah.
I don't think I caught him in his face once. It was just his chest body shots.
Yeah.
And I got the win with that.
Did the phone stop ringing after them 2 fights?
The phone was ringing, man. Ringing regular. He carried on ringing. But I do know what you mean. Sometimes when you do get a win, like, your phone stops ringing.
Because, like I said, 2 back-to-back wins there. And then also after that as well, mate, I've got 2 more wins here, round about the year after as well. I can't remember the name. I'm terrible with pronouncing names here. Mm-hmm. I've got Annika Meyer. Or Mia.
Annika Meyer,
yeah. Meyer.
Yeah.
You got that on win, didn't you? And
yeah. That was stoppage.
And that was by stoppage, and that's the one I've circled.
Yeah.
Was it a good stoppage?
Yeah, it was all right stoppage. Again, I was fit then. I can remember I took less money then. But anyway, I went down to, where did we fight? In London somewhere. And he come out, like, a lot of support and that, like, and so I'm coming off of, well, I'm going to get this win here. I'm the way fighter, but he had a lot of people with him, and I just wanted to beat him, man. So I just went out, and I think I stopped him with a body shot, and he went down, and then the referee gave him a count, and he got back up, and then he went down again, and the referee waved it off.
Well, that must have been it's always sweet to get a stoppage victory as Journeyman, isn't it, mate? Yeah.
Yeah.
You don't get many, do we?
Yeah. No.
And then you went on to spot Darren Adey as well, didn't you? And you beat him.
Yeah, Darren Adey was a Welsh guy, I think he was. Didn't he win the ABAs or something like that? Sure. I think.
I've got it down as a good win.
Yeah, that was a good win. And then after that, I thought I got matched up with who was that guy from Scotland, the little flyweight. He done strawweight, didn't he? Get a 2 world titles, a strawweight and light flyweight. Paul Weir. Paul Weir. Yeah, the matchment with Paul Weir, and he beat me on a majority.
Right.
Which was a good win. And then on the back of that, I think I fought Keith Knox. Yeah. Yes,
there's some good. But there's one person you've got on this record here who I know he's gone through a few personal problems, but every time he gets mentioned, they say one of the best talents. Dale Robinson, twice you had.
Yeah, Dale Robbins. Yeah, he was a talent. He was.
They all say so.
Yo, he was the sort of boxer. He didn't have any expression on his face. So if you hit him and hurt him with a punch, you didn't know whether you hurt him or not, because he didn't show it, and he just come for you, man. He just come for you. He was good talent.
Everybody who talks about Dale, I know he goes through problems, and obviously he stopped me twice, didn't he?
Was he twice? Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. So not many do that to you, mate. But they all said he were an absolute talent, and I had to get him in there, and he just followed that on, mate. That he was a good talent.
He was a good talent.
But yeah, another one. Then we move on to Knoxy, mate, don't we? Keith Knox.
Keith Knox, yeah.
Would you say that? I'm going to put you on the spot here, mate. Is that your best win, or Edwards, or is another one your best win? Well, Knoxy your best win?
I think he was Keith Knox because he was more well known. And by the time I boxed him, he was making a comeback. He'd fought for a couple of world titles or something. So yeah, I'd say that was my best win.
I've circled that. I put between him and Chris Edwards.
Yeah.
But I have put a little dot at the bottom thinking that's the one you picked. But so how did it go that fight? Can you remember me? I mean, to get a points win against him.
Yeah, I just boxed him, man.
You just boxed him?
I just boxed him because I wasn't going to get into tear up, not with Keith Knox. The Bonnie Rig Butcher. Nah, man, I ain't going to get a tear up with that guy. So, yeah, my trainer said to me, just go out and box him. Don't get involved. Because he did say to me, he said, he's got every chance of stopping you. So I just went out and boxed him, and the referee raised my hand.
Were you surprised you got that win?
Half and half, because
you thought you'd done enough, but you didn't know if you...
Yeah, I thought I'd done enough because of my fitness, but I didn't know whether I was going to get it, like, sort of thing. So, yeah, I was surprised that I suppose referee raised my hand.
Absolute cracking win, that, mate. Really was. And after that here, I've got Minyao chanted. We'll cut it out and get his name. You'll read it, Scarfe.
It's Mimount Chent.
Mimount Chent disqualified.
Mamoun Ghent, that French guy, Algerian.
Yeah, so what happened there? Yeah. Disqualification, it says here.
Yeah, holding. Yeah, he was. Yeah, it was. We fought in Gran Canaria. It was hot.
Oh, right.
It was hot, man, and it just sapped my energy. But anyway, I went in. I think we'd done a 6-rounder. And but he was holding as well, and I know he wanted to come and knock me out. So I thought, well, I'm not having it. So I thought, look, I'm a journeyman. You know, you do what you do to get through to the fight. Yeah. You know what I mean? So I was bobbing and weaving, holding, turning him and this and that. But to be fair, he was a bit of a grudge fight because I know he wanted to knock me out, and he was holding as well. And but anyway, the referee warned me, I think 2-3 times, and then the last time he waved the fight off.
What was that experience like, them boxing in Gran Canaria? They look after you?
Yeah, they look after you, you know, they look after you. Hospitality was nice. But there was a chance that they was going to hold up my money. And my manager then, Dave Poston, I think it was, he had to go and do some talking for me. So I got paid for it.
Good. That's the last thing you want, that, mate.
Yeah, you know.
So wants to take your ear off and then you're not going to get your money
paid from it, yeah.
It's not like you're fighting round the corner either, is it?
No.
Do you know what promoter on that show? Or?
No, I don't know.
I want to know that. I don't think I've had anybody who's boxing Gran Canaria, mate. That's one.
Yeah, it's a new one on me, that.
Definitely. It must be a nice place to box, though, mate.
Yeah, it was all right. It was just hot.
How long do you stay over there for?
2 days.
Oh, yeah, so it wasn't too bad then, mate, was it? But so after that disqualification, mate, we had another victory against Darren Taylor. Do you remember anything about that one?
Darren Taylor, that was for me, British Masters title. Yeah, I remember that. Yeah. I was 100% fit for that one.
Yeah.
We done an 8 rounder, 10 rounder. But again, he was the same weight, and that's why we had a good fight. I think I put him down in the first or second round.
Yeah.
And I can remember he got back up straight away. As soon as he hit the floor, he got back up, and I thought, you know what, it's going to be a long night. I'll just stick to my boxing and carry on. Yeah. So Louis Veach was in my corner.
Right.
And I can remember him saying to me, he said, look, if you want to win this fight, you know, it's up the last couple of rounds, man. You've got to get in there and grab it. Yeah. And that's what I've done, and that's what got me the fight.
Do you like that master? Did you keep that master's title, by the way, or did you have to give it back?
I never fought for it. I never defended it.
Oh, so yeah.
So yeah, I suppose I've kept it.
Yes.
Yeah. Well. I mean, them days it was like hardly anybody could get down to 8 stone and keep it.
Yeah.
I mean, there were flyweights boxing at flyweight, but really there was walking around like 8 stone 7, 8 stone 8. I was got to be the only ones who can get down to 8 stone and keep it. You know, keep
so
it.
So Monday your phone's never stopped ringing.
Yeah.
I mean, you must have been one in a million, Delroy.
Yeah,
way.
It's funny, isn't it? You know, when you have a good fight with somebody and then you lose a fight, your phone rings regular. Yeah. But then when you have a win, your phone stops ringing.
Yeah.
Happened to a few people we know, doesn't it?
When you keep a winning, the phone stops a ringing. That's what they always say.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, sound like a good win, that, mate. And then we had a double twice, mate. We got off Payne. Lost on points, but then you bet him on points after.
Yeah.
Remember anything about them fights?
Yeah, he was another tough guy from the Bell Green Club.
Yes.
Yeah, he was tough. I had 2 fights with him, I think, in Coventry. He beat me the once, and I went back and beat him as well.
Good lad.
Yeah, he was a tough guy. And his brother, Mark Payne, he was a featherweight, super featherweight. 2 tough guys, yeah.
Yeah, I'm getting some good. It's nice to get some good wins in here, mate. But now we're coming to some real nitty-gritty fighters now, mate. We've got some class fighters here to talk about, mate. One who I used to enjoy watching, you've lost twice to him on TKO. One says TKO, one says KO. And I used to love watching him, Martin Power. Come on.
Martin Power, tough guy.
Yeah.
Tough guy.
What are your hard nights work?
Yeah, man. I think I got stopped in one of them.
I think he got stopped. He said, I've got here, you got stopped twice, Delroy.
Yeah, by Martin Power, yeah. He was a tough geezer. Well, he just came for me, man, you know, you could tell. To tell the truth, a couple of days before, you know, a couple of people said to me, yo, you giving him Martin Power? Be careful, you know, like, well, if I was, you know, I wouldn't take that fight. But because you're a journeyman, like, it don't matter how far I go in. And, he was tough. Yeah, I got stopped, yeah. But, You know. Sometimes you get to a stage where, like, I've been knocked out. I have, and I've had my jaw broke, my ribs bent up, and they end up in hospital. And then after that, like, you carry on, like, it's like nothing can bother you, like, sort of thing. Do you know what I mean? Like, okay, I can take the punches now because the worst has happened to you. So these fights, what some people might think I'm overmatched. I don't think I'm overmatched, and so I'll go in and I could, as long as I can get through the fight, that's okay.
It's like
for
a
me.
win, isn't it?
Yeah.
You've done your job. You've done that, mate.
Yeah.
And it's like you say. I mean, you went with Martin Power twice.
Yeah.
And also as well, we've got Damien Kelly on here as well, mate.
Yeah,
what a class fighter he was.
Yeah.
How did that fight come about?
I was his sparring partner. They hired me for sparring a couple of times. And I can remember one day was in the gym, and I said, "Look, after we finished sparring, I said to the trainer, I said, look, if you ever need an opponent, because it's hard to find an opponent for Damien Kelly. So I said, if you ever need an opponent or if anybody pulls out, let me know." So the one day I had the phone call, and I went over, but I think I was stopped in the 5th round or something. He just piles on the punches, and he's 100% super fit. You know, he can hit you with any punch, and he's just non-stop. He's that fit.
Got a nice payday, that one, mate.
Yeah, he was a nice payday. I'm a journeyman, that's how it is. He was a nice payday.
What were your best payday? I don't need to know sums. What were your best payday?
I think it was to fight Lee Askins. Yeah. I think he was supposed to fight for a Commonwealth title, but his opponent pulled out some South African. So they wanted to fill the slot on the TV, so he phoned me. But Chris Sanigar phoned me, I think in the week, he phoned me like twice, 2-3 times in one day. I said, Chris, I don't want to fight you, man. Because, you know, Lee Askins, good fighter, but he's awkward.
Yes.
He's a very awkward fighter. So I turned him down. I think the 3rd time he phoned me, he says, look, I'll offer you so much. I said, yeah, go on then, I'll be down on the straight.
Good lad. I say you fought him twice, didn't you, in the end?
Yeah, I fought him twice, yeah.
So once you've been in once with him, mate, there was nothing to fear you fought, did you?
It's what it is, you know. I was a journeyman, man. So you know, you got to have some sort of toughness about you, I think, to be a journeyman.
I've got a question about this because I understand a rematch between people, but as you say, we've been a journeyman. I'm just wondering why you are fighting people like the back-to-backs with Gareth Payne.
Yeah,
you lost the first one, so why would it happen again? Because you're not looking for a rematch, surely. You're just taking whoever comes.
Yeah.
So I'm just wondering why that happens these 2 and 3 times with the same person.
I don't know. Probably they want to keep their record going. They want wins on the record. Probably it's hard to find an opponent.
Yeah, I would say, especially at Delroy's weight as well. You know, there's not many walking around at your weight when you were a pro. So, like you said, they might not be able to find somebody. Yeah. So sometimes, like you said, like we've got on here with Delroy's record, there's more than 1 or 2 occasions where he's fought somebody more than once.
Yeah.
I think the smaller the weight, the harder they are to find fighters for him. So that's probably why Delroy were getting the phone calls, which were no problem for you, mate, was it?
It was no problem for me. It was paydays for me. Shinibaya, he's another Mongolian. I fought him 5 times.
Yeah.
5?
Yeah. Yeah.
But what? I missed him out.
Okay.
Right? What were the score in them 5 then? Can you remember?
He beat me 5 times, but I think the last time he split my eye open, and I sort of beckoned to the ref. Look, I can't say nothing. The ref waved it off, and we carried on fighting. But he was another good guy. I think he boxed for a couple of titles.
Yeah. Not many fought after that now didn't box for titles, mate, to be quite honest.
Most of them did, most of them boxed for titles, yeah.
And obviously going on from Lee Askins, who were a class fighter, like I said, you fought him twice. You went in with Jamie McDonald and all, didn't you? WBA world champion.
Jamie McDonald, yeah. He was a tall guy.
Yes.
Yeah, from Doncaster, I think he was.
Is he twin brothers? You got a twin brother, Gavin, hasn't he?
That's right, yeah. Yeah. Yeah, Jamie was a good boxer, good stand-up boxer.
I thought you'd say that.
Yeah.
He reminded me a little bit, moving around like you, and I thought, did you find him tricky?
Yeah, he was tricky because he was tall and he placed all his shots. I can remember him when I was moving around. He was moving around with me, so he knows where he was going to place his shots. Yeah, very good boxer he was.
Quality, mate, and like I said, WA World Champion, wasn't he?
Yeah.
Someone good to have on your record, mate. And then another WBU champion. You went to with Johnny Armour, didn't you, and all?
Johnny Armour, yeah, he was making a comeback.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
How did that fight come around?
I think he was looking to make a comeback, and I think that was over in Dublin, Belfast.
Yeah.
I think it was. And so I had the phone call. I said, wow, Johnny Armour, yeah, ain't he some ex-champion? I said, yeah, I'll take the fight. He was a bantamweight, I think. And we went over to Dublin, I think it was. And he was a good boxer, well-experienced boxer. He beat me on points. But it was good experience for me. Because he was like, he's well experienced. You could see it in the way he punched, the way he moved. He was great. Southpaw as well. So
yeah, nobody likes southpaws, do they? We get a bad rep of left-handers, you know.
Yeah.
There's no need.
You were left-handed, yeah, awkward man, terrible.
Oh, nobody wants to go in with a southpaw. Any excuse. I thought you would have gave me a southpaw when a teenager coming down the road for me. So, but again, mate, quality opponent and somebody who I know. I won't say quite well, but I speak to him. I talked to you on Messenger and stuff. You went in twice with Ross Birkinshaw, Commonwealth champion as well, didn't you?
Yeah. Isn't he the army guy?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's in the army, yeah.
Do you reckon much to him?
Yeah, he was another good stand-up boxer.
Yeah.
Didn't I put him down in one of the rounds?
Sure.
Ross Birkinshaw, yeah, I think I did. You know, he went down and I thought, wow, because he's pretty tall, and you can tell he's got good discipline. But he's in the army or navy or whatever. Yeah, he had good discipline. He walked down ringside with a load of drums. And
yeah, didn't they?
Yeah.
And I wonder what song you come down to Delroy that day.
I don't remember.
I can't remember. Every time it was different. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, like he says, I'm sure Ross will be happy to get a mention again. But then you went in with another one, I think, didn't you? I'm sure. Did Don Broadhurst with Commonwealth title as well?
Don Broadhurst, yeah, he's a Brummy man, local geezer, Don Broadhurst.
Yeah, I know you fought him twice.
Yeah, I fought him twice, yeah.
Well, the local round here when you fought him, or?
I boxed him on down in Cardiff.
Right.
On the what's it built, wasn't it? When we know the Contender.
Yes.
And one of them guys won the Contender, and Sugar Ray Leonard come down with him.
Right.
And I boxed him on that bill, and I boxed him again somewhere else. Yeah, he's a good little fighter.
But when I see Sugar Ray Leonard, mate, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Did you ask for your autograph?
I couldn't get close to him because...
No, did he ask you for your autograph?
Oh, yeah. He should. No, he didn't, but he should have.
He should have done. So I tell you, he'd have been kicked out of the way. I mean, I'd been going, right, get out of the way, Delroy's here. Nailed on. Yeah, but I thought Ross, obviously at Army, you'd recognise him again. Yeah. And then, moving on again, mate, you fought one of our local lads, Josh Whale.
Oh, yeah.
Josh Whale,
yes.
yeah. Is he still going? How is he?
He's promoting now, isn't he?
Is he?
He puts Barnsley shows on.
Nice
3 or 4 times a year. Has he got any lined up?
It's one. I think there's one in October.
That's
okay.
His brother Dempsey Wales pro now, so obviously he puts Dempsey on the shows, and yeah, I think he's teamed up a little bit with Steffi Bull, because Steffi Bull used to manage him.
Okay.
So I think they help each other out. But yeah, he's doing a good job. He had a good career, didn't he?
Yeah, Josh Whale. I can remember he was a bit of a puncher. He was Josh Whale.
Yeah, everyone
said. Yeah, he could punch. Yeah.
I mean,
he had a lot of energy.
Yeah, a lot of people say he was strong. Now, I have totally forgot this, and I should have armed contents, right? I'm sticking with the Barnsley shows, and we did a post about this. I'm sure you got a victory in Barnsley. I am 100% certain that you got a victory in Barnsley, Delroy.
Who's that against now?
A kid from Wunwell. I am 100% it were you. I can remember seeing it.
He'll not know what Wunwell is, though, will he?
No, but you were a Barnsley fighter at Metrodome.
Okay.
And you won. I'm sure it were you, Delroy.
Who was that?
I don't know. I'll have to get on his phone.
Oh, yeah. I thought you meant you got it written.
No, it's the one I haven't got written down. I couldn't find it on day. But like I said to you, when I was doing these, my son had got super glue over his hands. So I had to try and unstick his fingers while I was looking through. And I thought, Delroy will remember. But Delroy won't remember, so he's let me down, Delroy. Yeah. I gave him one job.
Okay, Barnsley Metro. I remember fighting there, but I can't remember who he was.
Yeah, I'm sure you won there, mate.
Okay.
But
when would that have been? How long ago?
Oh, Some years ago, that Delroy, mate.
Yeah.
I'm wondering who were doing the promotions back then. I think it was before Cal Greaves, maybe. Well, I'll have to try and find that out. But obviously, I thought I'll ask Delroy and he'll know. Sorry, but we'll let you off, Delroy.
I thought that many people, it's only when you guys mention these names to me now I'm going, wow, yeah, I remember him.
Yeah.
But I remember we did a post, I'm sure when we did we went through on the Instagram, didn't we? And I said, shall we do like a few posts on this day when the Journeyman won?
Yeah.
On this weekend.
I vaguely remember that.
And I remember putting the post up.
Uh-huh.
Well, I didn't put the post up, I can't. Scarfe put the post up. I says,
okay,
let's put this date up here. Because Delroy got a win in Barnsley on this day, and we put it on Instagram in your picture, and right cool black and white photo you were.
I remember the post, I just can't remember who it was.
No, me neither. It don't really matter. It don't matter, mate. We're not perfect, are we? But I'm sure we'll get I'm sure you got a win in there, mate.
I'm sure I remember it when I, wake up tomorrow morning or when I've got a quiet time to myself.
We'll have to get Scarfe. What we'll have to do is to get Scarfe to gear him up mobile.
I will.
And he's got a little microphone and we'll say, hey, Ken, when you bet so-and-so? Yeah. And we'll get it on. Yeah. But I'm quite confident you've got to win him at Metrodome.
Okay.
I'm sure it was you, Delroy. But anyway, moving on. You went in with another WBA champ. Being told he's really strong, really tough. Scott Quigg.
Yeah, man, Scott Quigg. He was a good fighter. He was well promoted, wasn't he? He had good training and everything. Yeah, Scott Quigg. Yeah, but I didn't box him twice, I think. Twice.
I've got him down as once here, mate, but you might have boxed him twice.
I think I boxed him twice, Yeah. He was a good fighter. Yeah, from Manchester, wasn't he?
Yeah, he was very well. A big support as well, didn't he?
Yeah, he had a lot of support.
There were a lot of, I think there were like, around about the time they're in Frampton, weren't they? They were going at it to and fro, and they finally met eventually, didn't they?
Yes.
And, I remember his body shots, Quiggy. Did he bother you?
Good. Yeah, he was a good body puncher. I can remember I had to move away from him. I had to keep on the move because he was a good body puncher, yeah. And I can remember he had good support in his corner. His corner was telling him what to do, and I could tell he was listening to his corner. The good setup there in Manchester.
Mm. Who were in your corner most of the time then, mate? Did you just vary, or...?
When I first turned pro, it was Dave Bradley and Tony Marshall that was in my corner. And I had them for a few years, and then I went self-managed for a couple of years, so I had different people. But yeah, Tony Marshall, he was my main trainer. Yeah, got me fit.
Yes, good lad, mate. That's good to hear. And then obviously went on from Scott Quigg, mate, and you fought Craig Lyon twice.
Craig Lyon, yeah, he was another strong guy. He only had a handful of fights, didn't he, as a pro? He did.
And he got a bit of support at the time, didn't he, as well? He was on telly a few times, and then he just disappeared.
Didn't he do Contender as well?
Yeah, he might have done. That might be one of the reasons why I've done that. Because round about that time, they feuded that Contender, weren't they?
Yeah.
I can remember that. But he won English champion, but like you said, whether he got an injury, I don't know.
I don't know. I remember when he was English champion, and then he went off the scene, didn't he?
Yeah.
So I didn't hear from him again. It's a shame because a lot of these up and coming boxers, the way you don't hear from again, they would have got somewhere British title or at least European Commonwealth title. It's a shame, man. They didn't carry on.
Like Scarfe usually asks this question, but I'll ask it now while we're in flow. But did you have any ambitions when you started, mate? Were there any?
No, I just wanted to make the transition from amateur to pro, just finish my career off, like sort of thing. But then, when I was winning a couple of fights, I thought, well, I could do something. I wouldn't mind going for a flyweight title or something. But so I suppose my British Masters title was my championship world title, British title, whatever. And I won that, so I was just happy with that.
Yeah, and I can tell just by speaking like you're happy with your career, mate. And
yeah, man. I mean, look, I didn't really go into it to say, right, I'm going to be world champion. I'm going to take over the world and that. Like, I just wanted to make the transition from amateur to pro, and that's what I've done. And I won my British Masters title, and I fought a lot of people. But I met a lot of nice people as well in the boxing. Everybody was cool, from the trainers to the boxers to the promoters. I never really had no trouble. I hear of boxers having a lot of trouble with, in the boxing game, but I never.
Well, you're a nice guy though, Delroy. I mean, imagine you're quite easy to get on with, and people are going to look after you in the same way, aren't they?
Yeah.
You're ready at when that phone call come, mate, you're ready, weren't you?
I was always ready, and there was one time my bag was always packed in the corner because I knew as soon as I come home from work, I get the phone call. Let's get it on.
They had a few people said that, and they had a bag ready. I think Peter Dunn was one of them. I think he always had his bag ready. Pick it up, away you go.
Yeah.
So
I think you got to have that sort of toughness to be a journeyman. Inside as well as outside as well. You got to have that sort of toughness. So when you call, knowing that you're not gonna always win a fight, but you can be tough about it. Like okay, so you lose a fight because a lot of these journeymen, they get ridiculed, don't they? Oh, you've lost again, and you've got to explain to them why you lose and what a journeyman's about. So I think you got to have that mentality where you got to have toughness. There's a lot of people, they might think journeyman who lose all the time is crap. It's not about that. It's business, isn't it, really?
It is business, mate.
Yeah, I guess must be quite lonely at times as well because, like a prospect has got a team around them. Yeah. And you guys, you might obviously have someone in your corner driving you to and from, but that's about it really, isn't it? And then you're just going week to week to week to week.
Yeah. A lot of the time I've jumped on a train or coach or wherever, called taxi to the airport. I'm on the airplane on my own. Yeah. I've got to the venue on my own. And when you get down to the corner, you got the house second, haven't you, like sort of thing. And then after I've boxed, I've gone to the hotel on my own, caught the airplane back, come back to England.
It's a lonely place to be, and at times it's quite sad. But listen, mate, like you said, it's just part and parcel of the job, really, isn't it? Yeah. I suppose you get used to it, and you must grow thick skin.
Yeah. Yeah, I think you got to have thick skin to be a journeyman. Yeah, I think so.
And then you went in twice as well with Ashley Sexton as well, mate.
Yeah, Ashley Sexton. He was on the knocked out Uzi Ahmed.
Didn't you thought you was it Ahmed as well?
Yeah.
What do you reckon to him? Come on then. About knockout, Scarfe will not know about this knockout, but I think he'd love to hear about it. What was his name?
Uzi Ahmed,
Uzi Ahmed.
Yeah.
You'll not have seen this knockout, will you?
I think it was down at your call. I'm not sure. But the first round come out, Uzi Ahmed was doing his thing, and Ashley Sexton timed him and threw a perfect right hand, bang, knocked him clean out.
And it's known as karma's a bitch, innit? And he will be in the most biggest show off on that day. And respect, like he says, that was his character. Yeah, it got him so far, didn't it? But he was just like dancing around, thinking he was going to get away with it, and then Ashley just caught him in absolute peach, didn't it? And he was gone.
Sweet right hand.
Yeah. So you fought Ashley Sexton twice, mate.
Yeah.
What do you think to him?
Yeah, he was another good boxer. Didn't he fight for an English title himself?
I think I might have won it, mate. Maybe. But you know what? He made a comeback last year. Okay, I'm sure he did, just for one fight or so, something like that.
Okay. Did he win it or?
I think he won it.
Yeah.
But I haven't seen anything else since.
Okay.
But when he fought. So what do you think to Uzi Ahmed then when you fought him? What he skillful or he just?
He was energetic.
Yes.
He wasn't very strong. He was lighter than me. He was really light for a flyweight even. Probably 7 stone 10, 7 stone 12, something like that. He could just about make 8 stone. But yeah, he was energetic. He could move.
Wait, nice to have some weight advantage for a change.
He was nice, man. Yeah, I think the last time I boxed him, I was like half a stone heavier. Yeah. Because
like you said, there weren't many when you got the weight advantage. A lot of journeymen think they should have the weight advantage as well. You know what I mean? And if you were fighting losing battle as well as they were more everything as well, Delroy. Yeah. So it made it even tougher for you, mate, didn't it? And it didn't get any easier fight, did it, mate? Because you went in with a great fighter here in Terry Turbo Flanagan, didn't you?
Terry Flanagan, I remember him.
He could punish and he could whack.
Yeah, he
fought him twice as well.
Yeah, I fought him twice, yeah. He was a bit taller than me as well. He was a good fighter. And he could punch as well, yeah.
I knew he could punch. Yeah. I mean, he went distance with it first, and I think second he knocked you out. I've got you. Can you remember anything about that?
Yeah, I'm not sure if the ref jumped in or I don't think I hit the canvas. I think the ref jumped in and stopped it, I think. Yeah, he just poured it on. The first fight, he was okay. I think it was his debut.
Yeah.
And then when I had him again, it improved that much. And so he just poured it on, the referee jumped in. Fair enough.
I mean, I didn't know which one it was, but when I was looking at your record, and you said earlier on an interview that you have been knocked out.
Yeah.
I thought, I bet it was Terry who did it to you, but who did knock you out then, properly cold?
Levi Pattison.
Right.
I didn't even hit the canvas. I ended up through the ropes, the top rope and the other rope. He hit me that hard. Yeah. But I took the fight, but I was flued up. And I was just coming off the flu. So anyway, I said to my trainer, look, do you think I can get through the fight? And he's like, yeah, you'll be all right. Like, and I thought, yeah. I'll be brave. So on the night, I think it was in the 5th round, I'd done as much as I could. And I said to my trainer, look, I'm going to have to try and go out and stop him, man. Because I'm knackered. And anyway, so I'd done as much as I could. Halfway through the round, I don't know why, I just dropped my hands and turned to the side. Maybe to think, the referee would probably say, stop, are you all right, do you want to box? And I'd probably wave it off like to him. But he didn't. Next thing I know, bang. And I went straight through the ropes.
Wow.
And I can't remember thinking, why is the ref let that happen? I'd turn my back like sort of thing. Anyway, so I went to dressing rooms and we went back. On the way back, we stopped off at the service station for something to eat. And I took a mouthful of food, but I couldn't chew. My jaw dropped. Then I realised I broke my jaw.
Oh, dear.
So I had to wait from the Monday to the Friday before I had surgery. One of them things.
Liquids only.
Yeah, liquids only. I lost half a stone.
I'm not surprised.
Yeah, through that week.
But anyway, so we're with Teddy Turbo Flanagan, mate. But would he come back with a win?
Yeah.
Against Luke Wilton on points.
Yeah, the Irish guy, yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
What do you reckon to that one then, mate? Was it a good little win you had, or...?
Yeah, that was... I think that was my 100th fight, wasn't it?
That's what I'm... So I did write him down.
Yeah.
I did write him down. You see, I'm good. I do some things right there, right? So, yeah. So that must have been an extra buzz then for your 100th fight.
That was a buzz, man. That was... I'm not sure where it was, but it was a big buzz for my 100th fight. I boxed him before, I think, a few months before, and he beat me, I think. And so they wanted to fight again. I said, yeah, okay. And I won that one. That was a big
I bet
buzz for me.
It's good to get that. I mean, Jake Paul out of a week, he had his 50th and he'd lost 49, like I said to you.
Yeah.
And he won his 50th and, it makes it that bit extra special, doesn't it?
Yeah,
he won his
was
century
great,
as
man.
well.
It was great.
And did you get your trophy?
Yes, I got my trophy. I've got my shield, yeah.
Brilliant. Have you still got it now?
Yeah, I've still got it, yeah.
Nice.
Good. Yeah. And so you should, mate. I mean, I think everyone deserves that gold. Is it like a little golden glove you get, or... I'm not saying it's made of gold, but what was it?
No, it's a Centurion. Standing there
right.
with the, the Centurion stuff on.
Yes. Yeah. Oh, that's good. Yeah, in fact, I think it still is now.
Okay.
I think someone got one the other week. I mean, there's two coming up actually on the same day. I'm a bit gutted because we've arranged to go see Harry Matthews, touch wood, all being well, he gets through his next two fights. In October, we're going to go see him in his 100th fight at Mangan in Rotherham, aren't we?
Yeah.
But I'm also a bit gutted in between because I've also found out in the last couple of days that another good journeyman and promoter promotes a lot of fighters as well, Dale Arrowsmith. Have you heard of him?
Yeah, I've heard of him, yeah.
Yeah, he's got his 100th fight on the same night.
Is it?
Okay.
So that'll be...
Where's that one?
I'm not quite sure because I didn't want to look because I was that gutted that I couldn't make it for him as well. Mm-hmm. So it's good to see, but I'm sure someone got a Centurion trophy given to him. And it was just like that, like you said a few weeks ago, but I can't remember the name of the guy who got it. But yeah, you deserve that, mate. And I'm glad you got something from it. Because some people don't get anything.
No, this is, yeah. A lot of people can, the boxing, all the careers and that, especially us journeymen. I know, okay, we get paid and stuff like that, but that Centurion, that when I look at it, like, I think, wow, 100th fight, I fought 100 people. And I'm still here to tell the tale.
Yeah. And you're looking well for him, mate, as well. One of my wife's former pupils you fought as well.
Was that?
Quigg Galahad.
Yeah, Quigg Galahad, yeah.
Where was that for?
That was up north somewhere.
Might have been Doncaster or something, maybe.
Yeah, probably. Quigg Galahad, he was a good boxer.
Yeah.
Didn't he? Was there some controversy about the drug testing or something like that?
Something like that with him, yeah. He went off the rails a bit, didn't he, a little bit?
Yeah. But yeah, he was a good fighter as well. Didn't he make a comeback as well?
Yeah, he did. But didn't he lose to if I'm not mistaken, I think I said this on another episode, we're about Max Hughes, who's been doing really well. I think Quigg Galahad fought Max Hughes and beat him.
Mm-hmm.
And then they had a rematch. And I thought, I can't see why these two are fighting again, because I thought Galahad was far better.
Mm-hmm.
But Max Hughes turned it on and beat him. And I think I haven't seen him in the ring since, I don't think. And didn't Warrington beat him controversially as well?
Jack Warrington, yeah.
So, but I don't know if he's still fighting, but I heard him for a while. So, but you didn't go in with John Murray, mate. We went in with his brother, didn't you? He stopped you, Joe Murray.
Yeah, he's a big guy. Big lad. Yeah. We weighed in the night before. The day before, I weighed in 8:12.
Yeah.
And he weighed in 8:13, something like that. But then someone told me after he walks around 9.5 stone. And I could tell because he's tall. And I remember on the first round, he just come for me, man. He just come for me and throwing all these shots. Anyway, I think, didn't he put me down one round? I got back up. And in the end, the referee jumped in, waved it off, and I went crazy, man.
Yeah.
He was on Sky Show, I think he was. I went crazy because I thought, well, let me fight. If I get knocked out, I'll get knocked out, but let me fight. And I had to go up the ref. And then I got back to the dressing rooms, I got changed. I thought, oh. So I went back to the ref and I apologised, sort of thing. But yeah, he was a good fighter. Strong as an ox. Yeah, tall, cagey.
I remember him being quite strong.
Yeah.
Just like his brother, really.
Yeah.
They were both same, weren't they? They were both big, beefy fellas, weren't they? Animals in the ring,
guys.
Yeah. And then you went in with Josh Warrington, didn't you, the IBF champion?
Yeah, I went in with Josh.
Got through it as well, mate? Any problems?
No, I just had to watch his body shots. He was a good body puncher and he was very energetic, but yeah, I got through it.
Steady away then, mate. Nothing, no problems?
I didn't have any problems with him that night. Not that I can remember. I kept away from his body shots. Yeah.
And then obviously moved on from that, mate, and you fought Ross Blackwell 3 times as well.
Ross Blackwell, was it 3 times? Yeah.
Yeah, lost 2 and won 1. I've got here. All on points I've got.
Yeah. Yeah, I boxed him on his debut. I beat him on his debut, and then he beat me twice after that.
So you got a couple of calls again, didn't you, mate, from there, mate? Quality, mate, quality. And then you also went with the underdog himself, Jason Cunningham as well, didn't you? Twice.
Jason Cunningham, was that? Oh, yeah, Jason Cunningham. Yeah. Didn't he just box for a couple of titles?
Yes.
Yeah, Jason Cunningham.
Yeah.
He's just got better and better, man, since I boxed him.
Another one who, a bit like a Max Hughes, same.
Yeah.
People didn't think he were going to go very far, but as we mentioned on a previous episode, it just proves that our work does pay off. You know what I mean? Talent can only take you so far, can't it?
Yeah, true.
And I think Jason Cunningham was definitely one of them, but I think he got stopped into the other week in the first round.
Yeah, by who was it? I forgot who was by now. Yeah,
I can't remember his name, but he definitely got stopped. And it was a bit of a surprise. I expected it to be a tough fight. Yeah. You know what I mean? But yeah, he come out, and I think, did he go on to win the European title? I think.
I'm not sure, but I know he went on to win a title, yeah.
Yes. Yeah. But like you said, mate, quality record yet again, and then they keep coming. You went to with Gallia Fire as well, didn't you?
Who?
Didn't you go with Gallia Fire as well?
Gallia Fire? Yeah, man, he was energetic as well, I remember. Yeah,
he was a world champion at flat, you know what I mean?
He was a world champion, yeah. Yeah, I remember that fight. I had to retire on my stool.
Did you?
Yeah, he just come out. The first round, he come out for me, man. And so I started moving. I thought, well, he ain't going to be as quick as me on my feet. So I'm moving around. And I think he put me down in one of the rounds. And then the third round, I refused to come off my stool. I thought, well, he'd done me ribs up and he smashed me to bits. And my trainer said to me at the time, he said, look, what do you want to do? I said, look, I want to fight next week. I think there's a show on somewhere next week. I want to be on that show. Yeah. So I'll retire me on the stool, man. Might as well. I was out for like 28 days, but like, you know, it's better than 3 months. If I'd have ended up on the canvas, I would have been out for 3 months. So, you know, I took the better option. Yeah,
definitely took the better option. So is that what happens? And if you're tight, if you get knocked out cold, is it longer then? Yeah.
I think if you get knocked out, I think it's like 3 rounds, 3 months. But if you get stopped, I think it was 28 days or something. You know, because I was a Journeyman.
3 months without any earnings from it.
Well, this is it.
It's a long time.
And then after that, mate, when you went in one of Tyson Fury's kids, I think it mind, you went in with Isaac Law, didn't you? I've got lost TKO here.
Oh, is that? Yeah, man. Yeah, he was. Yeah, the traveller.
Yeah, were you
Traveller
coming
guy.
towards the end then, were you, mate?
Yeah, I was coming towards the end then. Yeah, I've fought a couple of travellers. I think one of my last fights, he was a traveller. I forgot his name, but yeah, I think I ended up on the floor. The referee jumped in. I thought, you know what, I'm going to retire now. It was about a week, 10 days before my 45th birthday. I was one of the oldest boxers in the country, you know. And when I got stopped, I thought to myself, you know, this is proper time to pack in now. I think. Yeah.
Had it been on your mind much, or was it just that moment that you thought?
Yeah, it's the last couple of fights. I thought, you know, I'm going to retire now because you know I'm not going to win anything else, and I've had my fun and travelling and money out of boxing. So yeah, I'll call it a day. So that's what I've done.
Very good, mate. I mean, can be your last fight. What were against?
I'm not sure it
All
was.
comedies I've got here.
Yeah, okay. That was a comeback. That was in 20. I retired in 2013,
Yeah.
and I made a comeback in 2015 against Paul Economides. Yeah.
Well, the reason for that, was it just like a spare the moment thing with a short?
No, I was on my way back from work. I used to do delivering all around the Midlands, and I was coming back from work, and I had a phone call. Hello, and it was this promoter in London. Look, Delroy, are you still boxing? I says, no, I retired in 2013. What's up? He says, look, we need an opponent for Paul Economides. You've boxed him before. So, yeah, you know, and they offered me the money, but we need to get you down here for 10 o'clock. And it was like 4 o'clock in the afternoon. So you're joking? I thought, you know, anyway, so got back, got changed, got myself on a train, kept in touch with them all the way, and I got there for just after 10. I went in, I'd done 6-2s, I think it was. It was another day in the office.
I was saying, how was that after a 2-year layoff or whatever? Was it a bit of a shock to the system?
No, not really. No? You know, tell you the truth, I hadn't been in the gym or nothing. But you get battle hardened on you, and you know you go through the motions, and that's what I've done. So it was an easy 6-2s, and he had the win, I had the money, and.
You didn't get the buzz though to go back for more?
No, not really.
No, you know that the whole time.
Yeah. I mean, some boxers do get the buzz, you know, when they got, but I didn't. No.
I wonder where that phone call just come out of the blue like that, mate. I mean, if you haven't been on the scene for, I mean, it must have been a new promoter or something, because to say you were out for 2 years nearly and you just get a phone call out of the blue.
Yeah, man. Yeah. He said he scoured the country for boxers and he couldn't find any, and he thought, oh, Delroy Spencer. So he phoned me. I said, well, yeah, make it worth my while and I'll be on the train. Yeah, and so I boxed him, I think it was the Friday night. I was back at home for 4 o'clock Sunday afternoon.
Brilliant. That's the way it goes, mate. That's how the Road Warrior works, isn't it, mate?
Yeah.
So, any regrets? Anything you'd change?
Yeah. One thing I'd train harder, I think. And I would have moved away when I had the chance. I could have moved to London, started a career there. I could have moved to Sheffield, started a career there. I think I should have, really, because there's not much support around in where I live. People haven't got much money to pay the, you know, £35, £25, however much the ticket sales are. Mm-hmm. So it was hard for me to sell tickets, you know. So I would have rather gone on the road. But I enjoyed myself on the road, you know. I met a lot of people, travelled, went on an aeroplane, you know, here, there and everywhere. So, yeah, it was a good life. No regrets.
Good.
No.
That's what I like to hear, no regrets whatsoever, mate. It makes me happy. And it's like you said, looking at you now, Delroy, you're looking really well.
Do you still keep involved at all at any level? You know,
no, I'll just watch the boxing if he comes on Sky and that. Every now and again, I do go for a little jog. But it's more for clear my mind and that, like, it helps me to think clearer, and that's it.
Don't you feel like you've got anything to pass on, mate, or would you like to? Are you happy where you are? You don't fancy
I'm
getting
happy
back
where I am at the moment. If I get a phone call, if anybody gets in touch with me and says, look, you know, I've started a new gym and that, you know, I want you to come down and train the lads, then yeah, I probably would. But yeah, I'm happy where I am now. Yeah.
Yeah, never say never, mate. But it's good to see you. I mean, you're working hard now, mate, aren't you?
Yeah.
What are you doing now, mate?
I work in a warehouse.
Yeah.
It's a well-known high street brand warehouse. I tip trailers all day.
Yeah.
I'm one of those electric low loaders, and it pays the bills, you know. And
Just like your skills used to pay the bills, mate.
yeah,
didn't they?
it did, yeah. But I got a proper job now.
Yeah, but at least you've still got your looks, mate, haven't you?
Yeah, I'll try. Like I say, I'll move my head a lot. but there's always one thing I love to see when two geezers used to get in there and have a tear up.
Yeah.
Because I never had that. I didn't have the punch to knock somebody out, concussive punch to knock somebody out, and I always liked that because I do like to see a tear up. One of my favourite boxers was Julio Cesar Chavez. You know, he could box, he could move, he could do a lot of things well, but he could stand there and have a tear up. And I always wanted that sort of mentality, you know, to go in there and get a knockout, a quick knockout. But I just didn't have the punch. So I always had to go the distance, you know.
Yeah, but
the long route.
You know you were around that ring, mate, and you're one of the best at what you did. And, you know, absolute pleasure to meet you, mate, and thanks for coming on the show. It really means a lot to us.
Nice one. Thanks for having me on
All
the
the
show.
best, mate. Yeah, thank you very much. All the best.
Man. Nice one. Cheers. Respect.
The Journeyman Cave is produced by Ryan Carrier. Music by Ryan Carrier. Special thanks to Rhythm Inc. Studios for hosting. All views expressed are of the guests only. The Journeyman Cave and hosts bear no responsibility for any opinions given. Follow us on Facebook, Instagram and Twitter at The Journeyman Cave.